okay, listen, what you've already overcome to get to where you are today, like, that isn't for the weak, okay? Let me just start off by saying that, because I don't feel like you're giving yourself enough credit for how far you've made it today, right? I do feel like you're going through a lot. I feel like it's been a little heavier of a period. I don't know. This could even just be a short period. Maybe you've just been feeling the full moon that we just had, right? Like, and we had some retrogrades. Like, there's a lot going on in that aspect, as well as maybe where are you living, right? Are you living in an environment where people are super political? Not even just in your home, but definitely in your home, but like in your city, right? I mean, maybe you're picking up on the fears and stresses of what is going on around you. Maybe you don't realize how empathetic you truly are, okay? But you didn't come this far, for nothing. Like, what you went through wasn't for nothing, okay? First of all, you've gained such a higher perspective of everything that's going on, right? You're definitely not the same person that you used to be either, right? 111 right there. You are definitely not the same person that you used to be, in the best of ways, right? Like, your soul growth and evolution, like, is being monitored by higher beings, and they are so proud of you. You don't even understand, like, because you have overcame every obstacle that the enemy was trying to throw at you. And sometimes the enemy was yourself. Sometimes the enemy was yourself. Sometimes it was you trying to self-sabotage, right? But you took accountability for that as well. And 144. And you've made the changes that you need to make in order to go forward, okay? Again, I feel like maybe it's gotten to be a lot lately. It's been frustrating you, irritating you, because you're still in the midst of the transformation, right? You're not fully on the other side, depending on who I'm talking to, okay? But I'm promising you, it's about to get better. You're about to have clearer thoughts, clearer in your communication, okay? I feel like you already are. Maybe these are things that you haven't been able to stop, sit down, and realize. I feel like I'm talking to some of you, you're still working through some of those old tapes that have been playing in your head. You're still working, you're still going through certain things, and, maybe you've had more stressful situations recently, right? But it's been a chance for you to realize, oh, this wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be to begin with, right? Like, I feel like you're very much more emotionally stable than you've ever been at any time prior in your life, okay? Give yourself that credit, first of all. And I feel like it's okay to release the chains of the past, because some of you guys are still carrying words that other people spoke over you, right? You're still carrying like the weight and the burden of that toxic ass situation that isn't yours to carry, right? Like, that's not for you anyways, okay? And some of you guys may be sitting trying to wait on other people to get karma, and let me tell you, the longer you're waiting for somebody else to get karma, the longer it's going to stall out what you have going forward, okay? Because that's unresolved issues in your heart. Once that resolves, I feel like you're going to get front row. You're going to see front row what really happened, but not when it's coming from the place of hurt right now, right? Because that's what it is. For some of you guys, you're still working through some hurts of the past, and you're learning how to release them, right? You're learning how to renew your spirit. It says release and renew. Embrace the flow of letting go. Welcome renewal, allowing new energy to shape your path. And I feel like that's definitely what you're doing. It also came out with transform and rise and higher wisdom. 411. As I said, higher wisdom. And that is what you have now. I feel like you get downloads even for some of you, like, you're definitely much more tapped in and tuned in spiritually now. But that's only, honestly, because of the trials and tribulations you overcame. And you were given this power, this knowledge, whatever, this spiritual, abilities for some of you guys, right? You're given this because of how you conduct yourself, right? Because other people would use what you're being given, this knowledge or whatever, the spiritual, whatever you have. I don't know if it's power, the right thing to say, but your spiritual gifts. There we go. The spiritual gifts that you're being bestowed, that you already are starting to tap into, that are only going to increase, right? You're being given them because you're going to handle them appropriately, okay? Because you're gifted, because you're loved, and because you have a good and pure soul, and God sees what you're going to do with them. You don't see that yet. You don't understand what you're going to do with what you're being bestowed, right? But you're going to do a lot, and you're going to help a lot of people. It may not feel like it in this moment today, but trust and believe that is what is coming. You're going through the refining process. You know, that's never fun, right? It's never fun. It's usually done in the dark, right? Seeds are planted in the dark. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about with this? Let's see. You're so protected. I guess I need to tell you that. You're so protected. It says you're sheltered and guided through life's storms to calm shores. Yes. And honestly, for some of you guys, maybe you've had a little bit of paranoia recently, about what other people's intentions are to you, family, friends, lovers, right? Just know that you're being protected from that as well, okay? You're being protected from that as well. God is guiding you through this. Maybe a little bit of that whatever that you're feeling is intentional for you to get up out of a situation, for you to not stay stagnant, for you to, not trust everybody you encounter or that you've already had in your life, right? Like, because I feel like, this is a very personal time for you. This is you and God time. This is, self-growth, self-improvement, right? Not together, self. I feel like this is a time for you to really get carried away with how you view yourself and how you love yourself, okay? That's what it's about. And to, believe in the good coming. Believe it's happening because it is. Look, scales of balance. You're balancing out right now. And then it came out with sky of clarity. And I feel like, and divinely guided. Listen, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. It is not leading you astray, okay? God is with you. You are being bestowed sacred knowledge for some of you guys, right? But this is for you to be able, to help others as you move forward. Probably not today. That's probably not where you are today. But this should give you inspiration and hope for the future to come, for what you have coming forward. Because there is so much good for you. There's so much more than what is happening right now, than your feelings today, right? And I say this often, you guys, feelings are not facts. They're not the truth. They're valid. They need to be validated, even self-validation, if you can get it, from a therapist or wherever else, a safe source, right? God will validate you. That's where you are right now, okay? All right, let's see if we can pull a couple of signs and then, yes, I think this is a beautiful message, guys. I got Aquarius. Who are we talking about? Scorpio. I seen 818 as well. Eights make me think of Scorpios. Pisces. Capricorn. No. Okay. Gemini. Capricorn, it's happening for you. Capricorn, it's happening for you. Capricorn, it's happening for you. Don't doubt it. Okay, that was for somebody. Anyone else? I got Aries as well. All right, you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. You got this.